GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening, Wildwood. Tonight we'll hear about the East Lynn Theater's upcoming historic church presentation, celebrate a newborn zebra foal at the county zoo, and check today's surf and weather outlook for our beaches. Traffic is clear across the board. Over to you, Jake.
The Wildwood's Baby Parade is scheduled for next Saturday, kicking off at 9 a.m. on the boardwalk, with more than 50 infant float entries planned.
The parade route will travel north along Ocean Avenue, pause at the historic lighthouse, then continue down Central Avenue, concluding near the Boardwalk Pavilion.
Local businesses are sponsoring the event, and the Wildwood's Chamber of Commerce will provide a complimentary baby care station for parents along the route.
Lots to get to, let's begin, and thank you for joining us as we head into today's news coverage. Good evening, Wildwood. East Lynn Theater Company is set to host a special presentation next September that will explore the rich history of its church home. Titled Allen AME, Our Stories, Our Space, Our Legacy, the event will highlight the African Methodist Episcopal congregation that has anchored the building for generations. Organizers say the program aims to celebrate the architectural and cultural legacy of the historic church that now houses the theater. Performances, spoken word pieces, and archival photos will be woven together to give audience members a deeper sense of the space's role in Cape May's story. The theater hopes the evening will draw both longtime residents and visitors, offering a shared glimpse into the community's past. Tickets will go on sale later this month, with seating limited for the intimate venue today.
Yesterday, Cape May County Park and Zoo announced the arrival of a newborn Grant zebra foal, the latest addition to its growing herd. The foal, born on July 17th, is the first offspring of Lydia, a seasoned zebra, and Ziggy, her stallion partner. This marks Lydia's fourth foal and brings the zoo's zebra family to a total of one new youngster. Staff noted the birth supports the zoo's conservation focus, helping to maintain genetic diversity within the species. Visitors have already been flocking to see the new arrival, boosting attendance in recent weeks. Located in southern New Jersey, the park has noted a modest rise in family visitors since the foal's arrival. The zoo's breeding program continues to play a key role in regional wildlife education, offering guests a close-up look at the early development of the young zebra.
Severe thunderstorms sweeping across New Jersey have prompted officials to issue tornado and flood warnings for coastal communities and inland districts alike. Heavy rain is falling at an intense rate, creating flash flood threats and the potential for rotating wind gusts that could spawn tornadoes. The state's weather service says conditions remain dangerous and urges residents and tourists to stay indoors, avoid travel on low-lying roads, and follow any shelter instructions. Radar shows the storm system intensifying through the afternoon, with the risk of sudden flooding especially in areas near rivers and along the shoreline. The New Jersey Weather Office is coordinating with local emergency managers to provide updates as conditions evolve. Officials expect the system to move offshore by evening, at which point alerts may lift. Emergency management teams are on standby, monitoring water levels and wind reports as warnings stay in effect for remainder of the day.
Ocean Resort in Atlantic City got its gaming floors back in action today after crews fixed a burst pipe that flooded part of the casino. Management said the water damage was contained, and with the help of local firefighters, the repair work was completed by this afternoon. All slot machines, table games, and the high-limit lounge are once again operational, welcoming visitors who have been waiting for the resort's full reopening. The swift response means the property can continue drawing tourists to the region, bolstering the local economy after a brief shutdown. Officials praised the coordinated effort that got the venue back on its feet without further delay. The pipe, located beneath the main casino floor, was replaced with steel tubing, and technicians ran thorough drying cycles to ensure no lingering moisture. Over 200 slot machines and dozens of table games now hum with activity as weekend travelers arrive.
Visitors at Gunnison Beach voiced concerns today about the newly installed walking mats on the clothing-optional shoreline. Gunnison Beach, a clothing-optional stretch within the National Seashore, draws visitors from across the region. The mats placed by the National Park Service are being described by some beachgoers as exclusionary, prompting a flurry of complaints that are now part of an ongoing dialogue on beach amenities. Park officials acknowledge the feedback and say they are reviewing the issue while keeping the area open for recreation. The park's response emphasizes maintaining access while evaluating the impact of the mats on the beach experience. The conversation has drawn attention from regular visitors who argue the mats alter the traditional open sand experience. As the discussion continues, the National Park Service has indicated it will consider adjustments based on input. The matter remains active, with both the park authority and beach community monitoring the situation closely. Later we'll hear about the record 75 babies entering the Wildwood's Baby Waddle contest on the boardwalk, plus more. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches, no middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Welcome back, everyone. That was a quick break. Now Jake will take us through today's local stories, starting with the downtown traffic updates.
75 little walkers are currently making waves on the boardwalk, as the Wildwoods Convention Center hosts the annual Wildwoods Loves Waddlers Baby Waddle Contest. Families gathered at 4501 Boardwalk to watch babies and toddlers crawl, wobble, and proudly parade across the soft foam track. Organizers say the event, a beloved summer tradition, brings parents, grandparents, and neighbors together for light-hearted competition and photo ops. Judges time each waddle, awarding ribbons for fastest crawl, most confident stride, and best-dressed participant. Spectators cheer from the sidelines, snapping pictures and sharing the moment on social media. The contest runs through the afternoon, promising more smiles as each tiny competitor takes its turn. It's a reminder of how the boardwalk continues to serve as a focal point for community celebration during the warm season for everyone.
Today's Jersey Shore weather and surf outlook comes from the NJ 101.5 weather team, which delivered a detailed update for New Jersey's beaches and boardwalks, Wildwood included. The forecast outlines the current temperature range, wind direction, and expected wave height, helping residents and visitors decide whether to head to the sand, set up umbrellas, or bring surfboards. The team highlighted that conditions are expected to stay consistent through the afternoon, with no immediate threats of storms or high tides. Beachgoers can use the information to plan family outings, morning jogs along the promenade, or evening strolls under the lights. For anyone heading to the boardwalk later, the forecast provides a clear picture of what to anticipate, keeping the coastal community informed and prepared for a pleasant day by the sea.
Summer's heat is bringing a sweet showdown to the shore as ice cream vendors from Asbury Park down to Cape May gear up for the Jersey Shore Ice Cream Playoffs. The competition, announced on July 27th, will roll out over the coming weeks, letting locals and visitors alike sample a rotating roster of flavors. Wildwood families can expect tasting tents to pop up near the boardwalk, offering everything from classic vanilla to inventive sea salt caramel twists. Judges will travel the stretch, tallying votes to crown the best scoop, while fans cheer their favorite parlors. Organizers say the event aims to spotlight the region's artisanal makers and draw tourists hungry for a cool treat. Expect the aroma of fresh waffle cones drifting through the summer evenings as the rivalry heats up.
Wildwood's Board of Commissioners and Cape May County officials completed a unanimous vote last Monday to integrate the town into the county's shared emergency dispatch system. The decision, made at a special meeting, will shift all police, fire, and EMS calls to the county's centralized communications center. Officials said the move is expected to shave minutes off response times, a critical benefit for a beachfront community where rapid assistance can be life-saving. By pooling resources, Wildwood will tap into a network that already handles calls for neighboring towns, providing 24-hour staffing and advanced technology. The commissioners highlighted that the change aligns with ongoing efforts to modernize municipal public safety operations. Residents can anticipate smoother coordination during emergencies, though the transition will involve updating local radio channels and informing the public of the new dialing procedures.
Wildwood City Council voted on July 22nd to amend the municipal nuisance ordinance, extending its reach to commercial properties that generate repeated disturbances. The change gives the city new authority to curb noise, litter, and other nuisances emanating from businesses that affect nearby residents. Council members said the update responds to growing complaints about late-night music, construction debris, and frequent traffic congestion near retail strips. Under the revised rules, property owners could face fines or be required to implement mitigation measures if violations continue. Officials emphasize that the amendment is part of a broader effort to protect quality of life standards for homeowners and small business tenants alike. The board will now work with the planning department to develop enforcement guidelines and inform affected businesses of their responsibilities. City staff will circulate the updated code to all commercial landlords and will hold a public workshop next month to address questions.
Now let's turn to the Jersey Shore weather and surf outlook for Wildwood tonight.
A low-pressure trough, slipping east under a southwest, jet is keeping Wildwood unsettled as night falls. On this date, the town burned up to 89 degrees Fahrenheit in 2025, a late July heat wave that shattered the previous record by 6 degrees. The chillier side of history came in 2017 when a rogue Arctic front drove temperatures down to 57 degrees Fahrenheit, the coldest July night in over a decade. Normal highs hover around 78 degrees and lows near 66, so today's 79 degrees sits just a degree above average, while the night will dip to 68, comfortably between the extremes. The live radar is a blank canvas across the county. No rain echoes back from the mountains or the lake. A shallow ridge of high pressure to the north is capping the atmosphere, while the low-pressure trough to the south remains dry under the southwest jet. With the jet streaming at 21 miles per hour, any moisture would be sheared east, but nothing is in the mix. I'm now turning to tonight's outlook. At 6 p.m. Wildwood sits at 79 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, with humidity near 84%. The wind is a gentle 9 miles per hour from the south, gusting up to 21 miles per hour, feeling a light push. Low pressure is falling, pulling a southerly stream that drags warm air northward, while the southwest jet overhead at 21 miles per hour steers any disturbance eastward, keeping rain at bay. The UV index reads 5, modest for late afternoon. Winds will peak around 19 miles per hour from the south after sunset, then taper off as the ridge builds. No watches or warnings are in effect. As the night deepens, temperatures will slide toward 68 degrees before sunrise, setting the stage for tomorrow's clear skies. Looking ahead, Wednesday brings a high of 81 degrees and a low of 66 under a clear sky, the jet still perched to the southwest, allowing sunshine to dominate. Thursday stays similar, 79 degrees high and 66 low, with another clear day as the ridge strengthens. Friday's high holds at 79 while the low nudges up to 70, still clear, but humidity will creep higher as the lake warms. Saturday shifts to an overcast pattern, high 79 and low 73, the lingering moisture from the lake producing low clouds that will linger through the evening. Sunday caps the stretch with a high of 81, low 75, overcast, and a 20% chance of rain as a weak front slides in, ending the week with a damp finish. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Amazon Music or wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic's clear, the Eagles lock in a record-breaking Jalen Carter contract, and the Wildwoods Baby Parade starts today. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
All major routes are moving freely this afternoon. In 98, US Highway 50, Route 25, Main Street through downtown and the shopping district are all clear, with travel times matching normal flow. County Road 3 and the downtown connector show no slowdowns, and there are no reported accidents or construction holding up traffic. The commuter rail and local bus lines are running on schedule, so you can count on your usual service. If you're heading to the airport via Highway 3, expect normal travel times as well. Looking ahead, expect the usual buildup near the beach corridor and the boardwalk area as the day winds down, especially on Route 32 and the coastal highway. Drivers heading toward the marina should allow a few extra minutes around 6 o'clock when evening traffic typically picks up. Evening work on the express lane starts later with no impact yet. A light breeze may drop sand on Coastal Road, but for now enjoy the smooth ride.
Airfist lifts off at the Naval Air Station Wildwood today, pairing historic aircraft displays with live music, classic cars, and food vendors perfect for families. Down the boardwalk, the Wildwoods Baby Parade rolls through, showcasing the resort's tiniest guests in a festive float procession that draws crowds. In downtown, the Music in the Plaza concert series continues on the plaza, offering free summer tunes that keep the streets humming. A short walk away, the downtown Wildwood Farmers Market at Bayan Plaza buzzes with fresh produce, baked goods, and handmade crafts for a quick bite. Looking ahead, the back-to-school warehouse clothing sale opens later this week, a chance to stock up on discounted apparel before September. The Mid-Atlantic Yacht Racing Association Youth Regatta sets sail at the marina this weekend, and the Battle at the Beach MMA tournament kicks off on the sand early next week. Big excitement on the horizon. And now here's Luke with sports.
Eagles soar, Phillies chase, Flyers rise, your midweek sports snapshot. Wildwood. Defensive tackle Jalen Carter has secured a record-breaking extension with the Eagles, ending any contract uncertainty before training camp. Locking up a premier interior lineman signals the front office's commitment to a stout run defense and gives the coaching staff stability as they shape the 2026 defensive line rotation. Ty Robinson's preseason tape shows a rookie cornerback exceeding his draft projections, displaying crisp technique and solid tackling against top receivers. That leap positions him as a potential starter in the secondary, forcing the Eagles to reconsider depth chart battles and giving the defense a fresh playmaker for 2026. Wide receiver Darius Cooper lands on the Eagles' trade radar as camp opens, despite a promising preseason showing. His potential move could free a roster spot for emerging talent and reshape the receiving core, while the front office weighs depth versus upside heading into the regular season. The Phillies head to Miami for a 3-game stretch against a struggling Marlins, aiming to snap a sluggish second-half run. With the series marking a pivotal road trip, fans should watch the lineup's middle order for signs of a bounce back before the playoff push. Forward Max Westergaard cracks the Flyers' top 25 under 25 list, earning no 24 after a standout rookie campaign in Sweden's U20 league. His speed and aggressive forecheck promise to add depth on the wing, giving Philadelphia a versatile option as they build a younger, faster forward core. As training camp kicks off, the Eagles' biggest storyline centers on Jalen Hurts adapting to Sean Mannion's new offensive system. How the dual-threat quarterback blends his mobility with a revamped passing concept will dictate early season rhythm and could reshape the play-calling hierarchy for 2026.
Madison Resort in Wildwood Crest is riding a wave of summer momentum after a bustling 4th of July holiday week. The oceanfront hotel saw record bookings, with its vice president of marketing calling July the best month yet and saying reservations are still flowing in for August. That surge translates into fuller restaurants, busier beach vendors, and extra shifts for local staff, giving the Crest neighborhood a lively boost as tourists spill onto the boardwalk. The resort's commitment to family-friendly packages and local hiring keeps the community's summer spirit humming. Tonight, the sunset lights up the patio. For many Wildwood families, Madison Resort is the place we return to when the sun sets over the Atlantic. And later, news from the Ocean Resort as its gaming floors reopen after the burst pipe repairs, bringing excitement back to Wildwood.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
On the sun-kissed boardwalk of the Wildwoods, families are already spreading towels, the scent of salty sea mingling with fresh pretzel carts. Today the town celebrates a familiar honor. The free beaches that stretch from the historic Seaview to the wide expanse of 2nd Street have been named the top shoreline in New Jersey for a 3rd year by USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. Local lifeguard Maria Delgado, who has watched generations of kids learn to surf the gentle breakers, said the recognition feels like a quiet applause from the community that cherishes every sunrise. A group of retirees gathered near the pier, their weather-worn fishing poles resting beside a young couple building a perfect sandcastle, its turret crowned with a seashell flag that glints in the late morning light. That moment, the shared smile when a child runs up, eyes wide, and declares, "We're the best," captures why the award matters more than a ribbon. It's a reminder that these sands belong to everyone and the joy they spark is the true prize. And as the tide rolls in, the feeling of belonging stays with us.
On the boardwalk at Atlantic Avenue, the scent of sizzling crab cakes and fresh basil mixes with salty sea breezes. Today marks the kickoff of Wildwood's Restaurant Week, a tradition that returns for 2026, inviting locals and visitors to sample the flavors that have defined our shore for generations. Over 60 family-run eateries have crafted special tasting menus, each offering a modest discount that lets diners linger over a plate of clam chowder without watching the meter spin. I stopped at the Salty Shanty, where Chef Maria Lopez serves a shrimp po' boy drizzled with a citrus yoli that tastes like a sunrise over the ocean, and the price is a friendly $15. Across the way, a group of high school students from the Culinary Academy proudly deliver plates of mini lobster rolls, their faces lit by the glow of the boardwalk lights. The real magic is watching strangers share a table, laughing as they trade stories about summer nights and the first bite of a perfect fried dough. It's a reminder that community thrives when we gather around good food and even better company.
Thank you, Wildwood, for joining us on the local sunset. Tonight's record-setting baby waddle contest with 75 little participants really captured our community spirit. We'll be back tomorrow with more local stories and weather updates. Stay safe, stay curious, and see you at sunrise and a bright new day ahead.